Hello dear students, welcome once again to online classes Semstar Global. And the chapter that we were doing was A Letter to God by G.L. Fluentis. So, in this first chapter, A Letter to God from your literature reader, First Flight, we read about Lencho, a farmer who had a field of ripe corn, and he was praying to God for a good rain shower, and he needed the downpour. Why? So that he could get a good harvest and he could make a lot of money to feed his family and to enjoy the rest of the year. But to his dismay, the weather changed and they had to face a severe hailstorm. Lenko was really happy to look at his fields, and he was even happier to see that the weather was changing. But he didn't know what was waiting for him, and the weather started changing for the worse. There was a severe hailstorm, and all his crops and fields were covered with snow, causing a lot of damage and destruction. When Lencho didn't know that the hailstorm is going to cause a lot of destruction for him, he felt as if these raindrops or the hail were like pearls, frozen pearls. And he even called the drop of rain the new coins. Why? Because he thought that the rain shower was going to result in a wonderful harvest. But the things took a sharp turn and all his crops were destroyed. The hail had left nothing, and that night was a sorrowful one because there was no corn left for them. He felt he was helpless. There was no one who could help them, and he thought they would all go hungry for that year. But in the hearts of all who lived in that solitary house in the middle of the valley, there was a single hope: help from God. Now, all those members of his family, they lived in that home which was the only home. That is why it's called the solitary house in the middle of the valley. Solitary means which is lonely, which is the only one, and they had no one else to help them except God. Don't be so upset, even though this seems like a total loss. Remember, no one dies of hunger. That's what they say. No one dies of hunger. All through the night, Lenko thought only of his one hope: the help of God, whose eyes, as he had been instructed. All through the night, Lencho thought only of his one hope: the help of God, whose eyes, as he had been instructed, see everything, even what is deep in one's conscience in one's mind. Lencho was an ox of a man, working like an animal in the fields, but still he knew how to write. Ox of a man means he could do a lot of hard work. The following Sunday, at daybreak, he began to write a letter, which he himself would carry to town and place in the mail. It was nothing less than a letter to God. God, he wrote, if you don't help me, my family, and I will go hungry this year. I need 100 pesos in order to sow my field again and to live until the crop comes because the hailstorm. Can you imagine, children, that he had such staunch, deep belief in God that he immediately wrote a letter and he really believed that God would help him with 100 pesos. What is a peso? Currency of several Latin American countries. And he had such strong faith that he believed if he would write a letter, the letter would reach to God and God would certainly help. He wrote to God on the envelope, put the letter inside, and still troubled went to town. At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mailbox. One of the employees, who was a postman and also helped at the post office, went to his boss, laughing heartily, and showed him the letter to God. Never in his career as a postman had he known that address, that is, the letter to God. The postmaster, a fat, amiable fellow, amiable, friendly, also broke out laughing, but almost immediately he turned serious and tapping the letter on his desk commented, "What faith I wish I had, the faith of the man who wrote this letter, starting up a correspondence with God." Actually, the postmaster himself was surprised that how could someone have such a strong, deep faith and could even start writing a letter to God expecting that God would really help him. This was this one thought that made him do whatever he could to make Lencho's faith remain strong in God. So, in order not to shake the writer's faith in God, the postmaster came up with an idea. Answer the letter. But when he opened it, it was evident that to answer it, he needed something more than goodwill. Goodwill is a good gesture. Ink and paper. What do you think, children? Was that which was more required than just an envelope and a letter? Yes, you're right, that he needed 100 pesos. But he stuck to his resolution. He asked for money from his employees. He himself gave part of his salary, and several friends of his were obliged to give something for an act of charity. See, here the postmaster played a really important role. He not only decided to help himself, but he even convinced his colleagues, his friends, to come together for an act of charity, that is, to help the needy and moreover someone who had a deep faith in God. It was impossible for him to gather together the 100 pesos. So he was able to send the farmer only a little more than half. He put the money in an envelope addressed to Lencho and with it a letter containing only a single word as a signature, God. What does it mean? That Lencho would find a letter when he comes next to the post office and there would be a signature in the name of God. The following Sunday, Lencho came a bit earlier than usual to ask if there was a letter for him. It was the postman himself who handed the letter to him, while the postmaster, experiencing the contentment of a man who has performed a good deed, looked on from his office. Now, children, why do you think the postmaster was contented, satisfied? Because he had done an act of making someone happy, of trying to make someone happy. And he felt that Lencho would be so full of happiness on receiving the money. But people are not like that, as we at times perceive them to be. They turn out to be a lot different. People in today's world cannot accept and recognize the goodness shown by someone who is large hearted and who is kind. Lencho showed not the slightest surprise on seeing the money. Such was his confidence, but he became angry when he counted the money. God could not have made a mistake, nor could he have denied Lencho what he had requested. Immediately, Lencho went up to the window to ask for paper and ink. On the public writing table, he started to write with much wrinkling of his brow. He was very angry. Why? Caused by the effort he had to make to express his ideas. When he finished, he went to the window to buy a stamp, which he licked and then affixed the envelope with a blow of his fist. Means he was really angry. He just put a strong thud of his blow to fix the stamp on the envelope, as if he was very angry and writing a letter back to God. The moment the letter fell into the mailbox, the postmaster went to open it. He was really inquisitive to know that what would be the response of a person whom he had tried to help, going out of the way. What did Lencho's letter say? Such disheartening for such a nice, kind-hearted man. Such a hard-hearted person Lencho was. He did not see the goodness of such beautiful hearts, such good people. And he wrote in the letter, God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pesos reached me. See, they could not arrange for 100 pesos, but still they had, from their own money, they had collected 70 pesos. Such a big amount it was. And just to give it away to a person whom you do not know at all. And this foolish man Lencho, he could not recognize the goodness shown by such angels. Send me the rest, since I need it very much. But don't send it to me through the mail, as if God is going to appear in front of him and hand over the money to him. Because the post office employees are a bunch of crooks. What a shame. Lencho calls such good people bunch of crooks. And dear children, the story ends here, leaving upon us and our minds a question to ponder upon. Are we also at times not able to recognize the gratitude shown by others, the goodness, the help, or we just want to pass by, utilizing the goodness of a person? So, at the end, we see that how Lencho's wishes get fulfilled, if not completely but partially. But he does not recognize it. He is ungrateful in the end and questions the honesty and modesty of the postmaster, of the post office employees who actually helped him. And I think that is why someone has said, God helps only those who help themselves. At this point, I would like all of you to go through the story and the videos once again and think deeper in your heart. Was Lenko right? Are there many people like Lencho in our society who forget to recognize, to pay back, to realize the goodness of people? Have you also done something? So it's the right time to think and to act.